If you understand this word that I will tell you now, word from God, from above, from the throne of the Most High, you will never say again, I am without strength, I am feeling weak. Never again. You will never say again, I can't, I cannot do it. Pay attention to these words. No temptation has overtaken you, except such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also make the way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. This word speaks of God's faithfulness, speaks about how God does not allow us to face something greater than our strength. Just as in sports, you see that they create different categories, whether in boxing or UFC or football. They organize the categories in such a way that the players, the athletes, may compete according to their capacity, according to their age, their weight, their technique. You won't see Flamengo or Corinthians playing with a Sunday league, amateur league. It is cowardice. They don't do that. You won't see a boxer, a heavyweight boxer, fighting a featherweight. It is cowardice. The human being understands that. We do understand that. That is cowardice, you to demand someone to go beyond what they can bear, let alone God. God in His faithfulness does not allow us to be tempted beyond what we are able. In other words, if you have the strength to face 10, you can be faced up to 10, not 11. God won't allow you to be tempted against 11 or 12, but only up to 10, that you can face that temptation. But He will never allow you to go beyond your energy and capacity to bear it. When you think, I cannot do it, I have no strength, I'm weak, I'm going to give up, that doesn't match reality. It doesn't mean that you don't have strength. It doesn't mean you are weak, or what is happening to you is stronger than you. It means that a thought came into your head and convinced you that for you, it's not possible. And if you believed in that thought, indeed, it becomes the truth in your life. If you convince yourself that something is too hard for you, you give up. This is the devil's greatest strategy. The devil works with ideas than with actions, per se. He brings ideas to the human being who falls for them. He puts an idea in the person's mind. For example, you cannot, or even try it. If the person believes in the idea, what else must the devil do? The devil puts in the head of the person, your husband is betraying you, your wife is betraying you. He puts this idea into the head of the person. And once the person believing in that with no proof, no evidence that that is really happening, just the suspicion, the fear, what else does the devil need to do? The rest, the person will do. They become paranoid to follow the other person's steps. They start to see things that doesn't exist. They will do the rest. The only thing the devil needs to do is to sow an idea, a belief in the head of the person. You cannot, you will not, you don't have the capacity, you're not like the others can do more than you. So if the person believes in that, is convinced about that, so as they think, they are. So the devil is in the field of ideas than in physical actions, because he doesn't catch people. For instance, he didn't take Eve in Eden and force her by the neck, tied her hands behind her back, and took the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil and forced down her throat. No. He only placed a thought in her head. He said, the reality is, if you both eat of that tree, you will be like God. And you will know good and evil. The reality is that God forbid you from eating of the tree because he's hiding something from you. He's not being fair, transparent with you. That's it, it was enough. That's all. He planted the thought in her head. The rest she did. The devil is in the field of thoughts, of ideas. He discloses beliefs, ideas. He creates words, concepts, names and pronouns. He creates them. He creates thoughts that those who are unwise embrace them as if they were true. The rest, the person themselves do. He only needs you to embrace the idea. So if you say that you are weak, discouraged, I will give up, I cannot overcome this marital problem, I will give up on my son, I will leave this company, I will give up on this business, you know what, it's too hard for me. You say that so much to yourself, you think so much about those thoughts that you end up believing in them. That what comes towards you is stronger than you. And when you believe in that, you lower your guard and you stop fighting. What happens? Defeat is guaranteed. If there's a certainty about defeat, that happens only when you stop fighting. Pay attention. If you believe in these words, God is faithful. If you believe in this, God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able. In other words, any temptation that comes against me, it's not beyond me, beyond what I can bear and overcome. Whether in injustice, persecution, lies, whatever it is, cold, heat, disease, anything that comes against me, I can bear it. Because God is faithful. What He allows me to go through, it's because I'm strong enough to face and overcome that. He'll even facilitate an escape for that. If you believe in that, you will keep facing the problem. You will keep resisting. And you will win. When the person says, I did not resist, it's not that you didn't resist. You did not want to resist. You did not want to resist. It's not that you didn't have strength. You didn't want. You believed you couldn't. That changes everything. This changes everything in the life of a person. It changes the way you see yourself, you see your problems. It changes the way you see life, the world, how you behave, how you think, how you speak. It changes everything. If you believe in these words, in this revelation from above, this changes all yourself. Because you understand that above you is only God. The rest is below. Pay attention. This is too great, too strong, dear friends. This word is saying that above us is only God. The rest is under us. We were made just a little smaller than God. and we received authority, power to trample upon all strengths of the enemy. But we must assume our stance, our authority. There's no point of you being born as a lion and meow like a cat. You see yourself as a cat. Maybe you see yourself as a mouse, not even as a cat, a mouse. So you must see yourself as a lion, as the king's child that you are. If you see yourself like this, you will behave as such. And then you will understand that this story of I have no strength, I can't, it's too hard for me, I cannot, these words will never again be part of your thoughts, neither your vocabulary. Wake up. Above you is only God. Believe it. God is faithful. What is coming against you, the struggle you are going through, is no greater than you can bear. Remain firm. Along with this fight, God gave you the escape. Look for the way of escape. Don't look at the size of the problem. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.